All right, here's a review of these three maces. There's one from Revolve, one from Philosophy, and one from ProsourceFit. These are like your standard budget. They're about in the $40 price range at the time of recording. And when I'm doing this video review, because this is what I would have wanted to see when I bought the three of them, they all looked identical online, and I figured, I'll just go ahead and get the three of them and see differences in person, but I bet they're going to be completely identical. They probably all came from the same factory in China, just with different branding. However, I'm glad I did, because I was incorrect in that. They all three have differences. And so I'm going to tell you what those are right here in this video. So starting off, the Revolve was the only one that was not damaged in shipping. The Philosophy was the first one I got, and you can see this end got pretty mangled in shipping. The ProsourceFit wasn't as bad, but this is the end that the heavy ball was at, and so I don't know why. Maybe it was just blind luck why the Revolve did not suffer the same fate as these two. All three of them are packaged about the same. Like, this didn't have extra reinforced cardboard, and you can see there's a lot of like bubble wrapping that went in this one. The Revolve had that too. I think it's just down there in the box. So maybe they just got lucky. But then once I got it out, as you can see, there is a height difference. So this one is the Revolve. This one is the ProsourceFit, I believe. Let me just verify that. Yep, ProsourceFit. And then this one is the Philosophy one. You can see this one's shorter than the other two. The other two are identical in height. So that right there may be enough of a difference to help you pick which one to get if you want that shorter length, and this is going to be your go-to. There's another size difference. They all weigh exactly 10 pounds, by the way. I brought my scale out here just to test that, and they all were 10.0, so kudos to the manufacturers there. They got that right. So you may be able to tell that this one, the ProsourceFit, let me double check that again. Yeah. The ProsourceFit here is fatter, and then these two are equal in diameter. So if you want like more of a fatter diameter, then that may be the one for you. But I personally prefer the smaller diameter. It just feels better in my hand when I'm swinging it around. So I like that. I also like the longer length. So the one that I'm going to keep is this one here, which is the Revolve. But there's one other thing that I was really interested in and I didn't see anybody talking about, and it's the main reason I'm making this video to tell you about, and that is, and you can't see it online from any specs, and that is the knurling. So I thought that all the knurlings were going to be the same, but they're not. So the thing that I like about the Revolve is that the knurling is minimal. So it's pretty smooth as you run your hand up and down it. Now, I'm going to be doing mostly like flow work where you're swinging it around in all sorts of different sort of artsy, almost dance-like motions. And when you do that, your hand is going to slide up and down the shaft of this quite a bit. And so I didn't want very aggressive knurling. So the minimal knurling is a huge plus for me. So this one, which is the Philosophy, is rough. That's probably the roughest of the three. Feels rough and bumpy. This one, the ProsourceFit, is also, I would describe it as a little bit scratchier than the Revolve. So if I had to rank them in terms of smoothest to harshest, the Revolve is the smoothest with the least harsh of the knurling. Then it would go the ProsourceFit. It's a little bit rougher, and then the Philosophy is definitely the roughest and really grippy like that. There's a little bit of like fit and finish workmanship differences. So the Revolve is just very well made and smooth, and I can find no blemishes on it whatsoever. So that's yet another point in its favor. Over here on the Philosophy, they've got this hole right here, like it feels like it would be like a screw hole to secure this top down or something, which also seems kind of plasticky when I feel it. So I mean, it's not really great. This is like a really minor thing, but you can see a pronounced line right there. You know, not a big deal, but it's just not a smooth, flush finish. Also, you may be able to tell that cap is just a little bit, you know, off. See, off to the side, and it's kind of at an angle. So particularly with the cap here, not the best on the fit and finish department. There's one other thing on the branding right there. This may have been caused by shipping damage, but that little circle is just like the glue is kind of off to the sides, and it's like shunted off, you know, you can see, just not great. All right, let's put that back. So, and that, I think, causes it to sit sometimes at a little bit of an angle. So you can see how that one is just, the Philosophy is a little bit off when it's sitting. I think it's because the naming branding is pushed off a little bit, causing that effect. All right, let's look at the ProsourceFit. Here, when I tap this feels metal as opposed to plastic over here. So that's better on the workmanship front. There's a bunch of like debris around here, which I think was also caused by the damage in shipping. I think that's just like glue and packaging bits that got smashed onto here. But one thing I don't like about this one in the fit and finish department is, let's see if you can see in the video. Yeah, you can. There's a line that is like a seam that runs all the way up the shaft. The other two do not have this. It's almost as though this was like two pieces that got closed up and sealed along the center. I'm sure that's not actually what happened, but I don't know what would have made this line. And it's not perfectly straight either. I don't know if you can tell on this video, but it kind of like bends just a little bit along through here, and then it's like up this way and then kind of back down a little. Sorry. It's like up that way and then kind of back down a little bit. A very subtle variation, but it is maybe a clue as to what caused it, the fact that it's not a perfectly straight line. So contrast that with the Revolve. Again, there's no line or other visual blemishes whatsoever. There's not really any defects down here where the bell meets the handle. The branding is right in there, just like it should be, and the top cap feels metal. It does not feel plastic, and there's no like weird hole, or you know, it's not offset at all. So overall, I was really happy with the Revolve. When I took it out and swung it, it just felt better to me. Something about the weight distribution and the length, and of course the knurling, which is what I wanted, but just the feel of it swinging it around felt the best of the three to me. So there you go, the video that I wish that I would have had, but you know, with the ability to return the other two, it's not that big of a deal to try it out in person. Hope you find what you're looking for in your Macebell journey, and see you later. Good luck.